After receiving her healing, she went back to the world. What happened to her will shock you. Come on, guys, let's find out together. Hello, guys. Today we bring you another fascinating movie on your screen. This movie is definitely going to blow your mind, and I'm pretty sure you will love it. But before we dive in, why don't you grab some snacks and also subscribe to this channel for more fascinating movies from us. The story begins with a young, pretty lady named Tony, who was seen in the office doing her presentation. Everyone was impressed with her. After that, she went to her office as her PA followed her. She was also impressed by her, thereafter reminding her about the meeting she would be having. That same day, Tony got home and perceived something nice, knowing fully well it was her mom preparing it. She went inside the kitchen to greet her. After some chatting, they both set the table to eat. While eating, they talked. Her mom then told her to come to church with her on Sunday, but Tony quickly refused. She said a lot of things about God because of what had happened to them in the past, thinking God doesn't exist. Even though her mom tried to make her understand that everything she is today is by God, Tony poured all the praise on her hard work and not on God. She then went inside without finishing her food. The next day, Tony was out with her friend, having a nice time together as they chatted. The following night, Tony went to her boyfriend's house. She bought him a gift, using it to apologize. After that, they were seen having a nice time together. After much chatting, Tony's boyfriend proposed to her, and she was so excited about it. The next day, Tony got to her office and showed her PA the ring. She was excited for her too. After that, Tony told her to go bring in the person she was supposed to have a meeting with. 2 days later, Tony brought her fiancé, Folarin, to her mom. As they chatted about the wedding, her mom suggested they do a white wedding, but Tony refused. Instead, she insisted on doing only a court and traditional wedding. The next morning, Tony woke up feeling a bit dizzy, but still prepared for work. Her mom, who noticed her state, felt concerned and wanted her to have breakfast, but Tanya insisted on going to the office first. At the office, she was seen doing her job, trying to convince the audience to invest in their company. But she was feeling weak with every speech she gave. As time went on, she collapsed. Some hours later, she found herself in the hospital, where her mom and fiancé were with her. She insisted she was fine and tried to remove the drip from her body, but her mom advised her to rest as the doctor had already instructed. At the doctor's office, Tony's mom and Folarin met with the doctor to know what was wrong with her. The doctor broke the shocking news. Tony had ovarian cancer and only 3 to 6 months to live. Suspense question. But wait, will Tony accept this fate, or will something greater happen? After that, they went back home. Tony went straight to her room, while Folarin spoke with her mom about taking her abroad for treatment. But her mom refused, choosing to trust God and refusing to accept such a result over her daughter. After some chatting, she went to the kitchen to prepare dinner. Back in Tony's room, she was devastated, staring at herself. She went to take her bath, still feeling sad. Folarin knocked on her door, but she refused to open it. After some minutes, she eventually did, and they both went to bed together. The next morning, Tony was seen getting ready for work, even though she wasn't feeling well. Folarin was surprised and concerned, but she ignored him. As she went downstairs, she met the pastor who wanted to pray for her, but she immediately stopped him, rudely, before leaving. Her mom then apologized to the man of God. On her way out, Tony still felt dizzy, but she was too stubborn to listen to anyone. She managed to get to work, but wasn't okay. Her boss found her sleeping at her desk and told her to go home. However, on her way home while driving, she passed out. She saw her late father and siblings, wanting to follow them, but her dad told her to go back. It wasn't her time yet. When she finally woke up, she found herself in the hospital with her friend by her side before her mom and Folarin arrived. It was then she realized that truly there is a God, and he wanted to use her. The next day, they came back home as the pastor visited them. He preached to Tony and advised her. Meanwhile, that same day, Folarin and Tony's friend arrived. They talked to her about going abroad for surgery, but to their shock, Tony refused, saying she wouldn't waste money on what God could do without collecting a dime. Her friend was shocked, asking when she started believing in God. But Tony stood her ground. She and her mom went upstairs, leaving Nina and Folarin in total shock as they left in annoyance. That same day, while Tony was in her room reading through the Bible, Folarin came and requested that she come with him to his house just to spend some time together. She accepted on one condition, that he would bring her back home early. Thereafter, they arrived at Folarin's house, only for her to meet her friend, who thought it was her mom convincing her. They never knew she had already made up her mind to follow God. They were amazed, but at the same time upset with what she said. The next day, Tony was at the office as her boss ensured she was okay. He made sure every task given to her was transferred to her colleague, but still, she would get her full pay. However, Tony requested to handle one of the client's jobs, which the boss agreed to before leaving. A day later, Tony was all dressed up as she came downstairs. Her mom asked where she was going, and she told her she was going out for evangelism. Her mom was surprised and insisted on coming with her, but she refused, deciding to go alone. After that, she left. While preaching the gospel, people kept on chasing her away. Even when she got into a bus, people screamed at her to get out. On getting home, she was exhausted. Her mom brought water for her and advised her to stop if it was too stressful, but Tony refused. The next day, Tony still went out for evangelism to preach, but this time, people poured water on her just to make her leave. She got home that day, and while Folarin was just coming out of their house, he saw her. She explained to him, and afterward, she went inside. Folarin followed her, and they both chatted until Tony led him in prayer. 2 months later, Tony, her mom, and Folarin were seen at the hospital as she apologized for her condition. On their way back home, Tony kept singing praises. And when they got home, even though Tony had just a few months left, and despite what the doctor said, she still believed in God and never stopped glorifying Him. That same day, she went out again for evangelism, preaching the gospel to the people. Meanwhile, Folarin was driving behind her, watching her movements. On getting back home, he was devastated and prayed to God, even though he had never done that before. The following morning, Tony was on her laptop, but when she got up to pick something, she collapsed. Her mom, who came in to give her breakfast, saw her and was terrified as she rushed to get help. Back at the hospital, guys, guess what? The doctor broke the good news that Tony no longer had cancer. Like how? Wow. This was indeed a miracle to prove that truly God exists. Her mom was overjoyed and sang praises to God. A day later, the pastor came to see her and reminded her not to turn back to her old ways because God had healed her. After that, they both prayed together. 2 days later, Tony's friend came to see her to celebrate with her. The next day, Tony went to the office and everyone was super proud of her. That night, she was with Folarin, chatting with him about what happened at the office. But when Folarin reminded her about going to church, she immediately told him she would rather pray at home. The next day, Tony was seen putting away her megaphone and her Bible because she felt she had something more important to do. Even though her mom tried to talk to her, she refused to listen. 2 days later, Tony and her friend were seen chatting as she complained about her mom. The following day, Folarin came to see Tony's mom in the kitchen. He discussed Tony with her, pointing out that she seemed to be pulling away from God. Her mom had also noticed this, so together they decided to sit Tony down and talk to her. However, back at the office, her boss suggested she join them on Sunday for a retreat since he knew she usually went to church. Tony quickly agreed. After he left, she called her friend, who cheered her up to come to the cafe and have some drinks. Tony got home, and Folarin wanted to talk to her. But she seemed tipsy and refused to listen to anything her mom said about God. Instead, she got angry and left the house. Folarin followed her, leaving her mom in disappointment. Guys, stay tuned for what is going to happen next. On her way out while driving, unfortunately, Tony had an accident. And what next now? Tony lived her life the way she pleased, not knowing it is God who runs everything, not man. Anyways, let's continue to find out what happens next. Will she ever come out of the coma? While her mom and Folarin kept praying, Tony opened her eyes. She had been given another chance to live out her God-given purpose. Wow, truly our God is a merciful God. The moral lesson of this movie is that no matter what happens in life, never turn your back on God. He is the one who gives life, heals, and sustains. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment your thoughts, share this video, like it, and of course, click on the subscribe button for more educative and fascinating movies from us. Till we meet again, bye.